Last September, Josh and I made our first trip to Black Canyon of the Gunnison, the least visited national park in Colorado. I assume that's partially due to its remoteness. The closest airport is in Montrose, which isn't exactly a major transportation hub, and the fact that it's actually pretty small if you remain on the south rim of the park. There are only 4 miles of hiking trails on the rim, and most of the excitement is in the routes that go to the bottom of the canyon. You do need permits for inter-canyon use, and the routes truly are routes. They're extremely steep and strenuous and require route-finding skills to navigate. Those brave enough to take them on, though, are greatly rewarded for their efforts. Day hikers and backpackers are treated to the magnificence of the canyon walls from a different, and in my opinion, better perspective than the casual park goer. Anglers are treated to gold medal water access and some of the most picturesque fishing holes I've ever seen. They're rewarded for their efforts to reach the canyon floor by some of the best fishing in the state. It's catch and release only, and rainbow trout that were stocked in the 1800s have bred with the native population, creating some truly impressive sized fish.
We're on our way to the Black Canyon.
Driving through Glenwood Canyon to get there.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah, perfect time of day. Hopefully gonna get there, hopefully by 9. And we've got a campsite reserved, and we are hoping to get permits tomorrow to go into the canyon tomorrow, but since it's busy season, unlike last time we went, permits were released today at 3:30, so they might run out. It's highly likely, I think. I don't know how likely it is. I think they might run out, and if they do, then we'll just go down into the canyon on Saturday and get permits tonight. Josh and I were returning to the canyon for this exact reason. Even as an amateur angler, I had decent success back in September and was excited to try again. I really had my eyes on catching some of those large rainbows, or GMO bows as they are sometimes referred to.
The point of this trip is to hit the salmon fly hatch down in the canyon. The salmon fly hatch in the Gunnison and the gorge and in the canyon is supposed to be one of the best fishing experiences you can have, so I'm super looking forward to that, and hopefully we can get both of us on some nice fish with these trout smacking the top.
Although we were hoping to time this trip with the salmon fly hatch, we ended up being about a week early. We successfully got permits this morning. We were like the 4th and 5th people, so we were worried for really no reason. Plenty of room. And we can officially stay a night in the canyon, and we're gonna go back to our campsite, eat breakfast. Yeah, stay 2 nights in the canyon. We're gonna go back to our campsite, eat breakfast, and pack up and start our descent. Hang out and fish for almost 2 days.
Yeah.
After securing our permits, we had breakfast, packed up our car camping setup, and finalized our backpacking kits. We made our way to the start of our route into the canyon, the same one we did last time because of the amount of river access. The route starts on one of the day hiking trails with a slight incline and incredible views of the San Juans. It's not until you pass the wilderness permit required sign that you start to understand what you're in for. On this particular route, the descent into the canyon is over 2,700 feet and 2.7 miles. Keep in mind we went uphill on the day hiking trail before descending, so it's easily over 1,000 feet a mile. Much of it is on eroded, steep, loose rock. Despite the difficulty, it's a fun challenge in a masochistic sort of way. It forces you to go slow and ensure each step is solid for fear of your feet slipping out from under you, which does happen twice to each of us. It's also much hotter than the last time we did this hike, and by the time we get to the boulder scramble near the bottom, the rocks are almost too hot to touch. It takes us about 3 hours to reach the bottom, where we discover our perfect campsite from September is available.
Our same campsite is open from last year. It's perfect.
The perks of this site include 1. Close proximity to the pit toilet. Yes, there is a pit toilet at the bottom of this canyon. 2. Shade from the trees surrounding it. 3. Good river access. And 4. Relatively minimal poison ivy.
Some people are passenger princesses. I am a fly tying princess because I know how to tie my flies, but he does a better job.
After a short rest and rehydration, we put our poles together and started to search for fishing spots. Because of runoff, the river is a lot higher right now than the last time we were here. The navigating along the banks and finding spots to fish looks a little different than it did in September. Many of the banks were flooded, so it required walking through water and tall grass. I have a huge fear of things touching my legs underwater, and the areas we were walking through were perfect snake habitats. It definitely pushed me to work through some fears in the name of good spots. We did find a good spot to fish, not far from camp, and caught several despite it being fairly hot.
Sauce is on. Good job. What did it eat? Oh, fuck. Try. Jeez. I love it. There you go. Put it right in your leg, just like that. Look at that fish, everybody. That is an excellent fish. Now put the mouth this way. Good job, Saucy.
Thanks. That is 4.
Alright, Sauce is on like fish number 10 today. It's a really pretty fish. It's okay. These fish are tough. Oh, there he goes.
Eventually, we decided to go back to camp, eat dinner, and rest up for a long day of fishing the next day. In the morning, we started making our way upriver. After some short stops along the way, we decided to venture as far upriver as we could. Between the poison ivy and the high water, this proved to be a bit of a challenge. I saw my second snake, which was not a welcome sight, but at this point, the excitement of fishing was luckily outweighing my fear of snakes in the grass, something I literally never thought I would ever say. We got as far upriver as we possibly could before hitting some intense whitewater and decided to fish the slack water we found before it. This proved to be a fantastic decision. We brought in fish after fish after fish.
You focus on getting the fish in. Awesome.
Nice.
Sauce is on another fish. Nice. Very smooth.
Whoa, I don't know if I got that.
Sauce on another fish. Looks like a good brown. On the thread Frenchie. Look at her struggling. This is a good fish. Struggling in a good way, I should say. Giving her the beans. That's a really good fish, Sauce. That's a really good fish. Okay, there you go. You're doing good. Get the head up out of the water. Oh, 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 oh. Give me the net, give me the net. Head up. Oh, shit. Oh my God. This is a football. That's a football. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell me how you feel.
Wow. Nice. Little battle word, yeah. Do you want a photo with him? Woo! There he goes. Little brown? Yeah, he's got a big brain. Big brain. Big brain.
Oh, there it is. I got that. I got that. Oh, that looks like a good one. Oh my gosh. You're doing good. You got a little more room to go. There you go. There you go. Oh, he's right in front of you. There you go. Yeah, just like that. Boom. Scoop him. Nice. Good job, Saucy. That's a female. It's a good female. Nice. Yep, just hold her there. She'll go when she's ready. There, see? There she goes. Nice. There it is. There it is. Oh, I got all that.
Eventually, we made our way back to camp for lunch, and I'm happy to report had no further snake incidents along the way. We did run into some fellow campers and fishermen who appeared drunk, and we later found out may have stolen a bottle of whiskey from another group in the canyon. There were definitely more people here than the last time we visited in the off-season, and there's only so much river access. We made lunch, and I discovered one of my new favorite backpacking meals, dehydrated hummus on a tortilla with cheese and cucumber slices. It's delicious, even if the hummus looks like a white turd. We spent some time after lunch at the spots downriver of us, but the river access dwindles rather quickly with the current water levels. I caught another huge rainbow though, so I was glad we spent some time down that way. We ended the evening fishing some spots right in front of our campsite that had done really well for us in September. They weren't quite as lucrative this time around, but we still caught a few and wrapped up a successful day of fishing.
Breaking down sausage rod today, ladies and gentlemen. And we are doing a dry dropper setup. This was the top one, the dry. Trying to imitate a salmon fly. No luck on that. We missed the hatch.
It's next week.
Yes, they say next week. And these are the droppers. They float under the water. This one right here is called a Pat's Rubber Legs, aka the pickle.
Put your hand behind it like a beauty influencer.
Like a beauty influencer?
Yeah, so they can focus on it. There you go. That's the Pat's.
Pat's Rubber Legs, the pickle. It's supposed to imitate a stonefly. This is a bead-headed
You're definitely gonna
zebra midge, kind of like perdigone thingy. It's a mixture of the two different ones. Caught some on that today.
I don't know if we'll even get that one. That's
But
okay.
that was the 3 fly setup we have for you today, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a thread Frenchie on the bottom there, and that was killing, crushing it.
Red Frenchie is goated here.
We made the tough decision to break down our poles so we wouldn't be tempted to fish in the morning and could get going before it got too hot. The climb out can be brutal, and definitely more so in the heat of the day. It was getting into the 90s at the bottom of the canyon, and I definitely didn't want to climb nearly 3,000 feet in that heat. We broke camp around 7:30 and started the long haul back up to the rim.
Worst part of the hike right here. It's going out. To show the viewers what
That's where we're going up.
well, next time.
You can kind of see the rim almost.
Personally, I think the hike out is better than the hike in. I feel a little more secure going up stuff that steep than down. It feels less like you're gonna fall, and also I've become a bit of a glutton for vert. It's a little bit sad to see the river disappear as we climb up and up and up. And despite how brutal that hike out is, this is when Josh and I always start thinking about next time. This trip is kind of perfect for us and gives us a little bit of everything. Some brutal hiking, extended time in nature, great fishing, and incredible views. It scratches my itch for hard off-trail travel and his for fly fishing. And the fishing is admittedly growing on me too. There's also something very special about venturing into any national park's backcountry. I understand it's a great privilege, and I'm very grateful I have the physical ability and knowledge to be able to do so. There's so much more to see beyond the roadside viewpoints, and if you can go past them, I strongly suggest that you do. After 3 hours, we were on the rim of the canyon once again. I think we've gotten pretty good at thinking of our post-hike selves, and we had cold beer in the cooler, a change of clothes, and lots of baby wipes waiting in the car. After some regrouping at the car, we made our way out of the park. We stopped for Mexican food in Montrose and wrapped up the second iteration of what I think is becoming a yearly tradition.
Final words about the trip?
It was awesome. I loved it. The fishing was great. Better than I expected, honestly. Not going to lie to you. I was a little nervous that being pretty much peak runoff was gonna really put a damper on this trip, but just a little bit of high water, still very clear water. We still caught a lot of nice fish.
Had a good trip down into the canyon. Caught some tanks, which was my goal. I just wanted to catch some big fish. I've only ever caught really like medium to small fish.
You absolutely caught a tank this
I
week.
caught
3.
I got some dinosaurs.
At least 3 this week.
Yeah.
Weekend.
Well, like one pretty big brown and then 2 big rainbows.
And that's what we
like
come
so
down to
big
the
that
Black
I
Canyon for.
really struggled to get them out of the net. I was like holding them in the water because I was like, I need to get this fish out of this net. And like my hand couldn't get all the way around them. So that was pretty sweet. Thanks for getting me on some good fish.